Good evening. It is 10 p.m. here in Seoul. I am Mari, the AI anchor with the headline news. President Yoon will be hosting Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida this Friday to Saturday. The presidential office announced this through a statement on Tuesday. It added, the visit was set as Kishida, before stepping down from his premiership and party leadership later this month, has a strong desire to visit President Yoon as part of their shuttle diplomacy, which the two leaders revived, and to mark a meaningful conclusion to his term. It said the two leaders will look back into what they achieved while seeking ways to expand the bilateral cooperation further. In addition, Seoul said it's hoping Kishida offers constructive advice on Seoul-Tokyo relations to the incoming successor. This will be the 12th time the two leaders have met each other since Yoon's inauguration. This October 1st, the 76th Armed Forces Day, has been designated as a temporary holiday by the government. On Tuesday, President Yoon gave his final approval for the designation after the cabinet passed the motion earlier in the day. The presidential office said the decision is to boost military morale by highlighting the values of its members and the importance of national defense, and to raise people's awareness for security. Furthermore, the government expects an increase in consumer consumption during the additional day off. Meanwhile, the Defense Ministry said the designation will strengthen the morale and abilities of members of the armed forces. South Korea is experiencing a lack of medical personnel in emergency care, which the government says is mainly due to the mass resignation of residents in February. During a daily briefing on the medical emergency response on Tuesday, the Health Ministry announced there had been around 590 residents before the February protest, but by mid-August, the number dropped to below 60. Meanwhile, medical school students are not returning to class, even as schools across the country begin the second semester. The number of medical students who have completed registration at 9 national universities outside the capital area only amounted to around 4% of the total number of medical students. All of the Koreans who recently traveled to Israel to attend a religious event have returned home. The Foreign Ministry announced Tuesday that around 180 Koreans who were visiting Israel have safely left the country. 140 of them had already returned home last week, and the rest of them left Israel on Monday local time. They entered the country last month, despite travel warnings issued for the region. The government said it's strongly urging those residing in Israel to leave as soon as possible, while vowing to continue to take necessary measures needed to ensure the safety of Korean citizens in the country. South Korea's food exports reached a record high in the first 8 months of the year. Data from the Ministry of Agriculture, Food and Rural Affairs on Tuesday showed that the value of outbound shipments rose nearly 9% compared to the previous year to $6.5 billion during the January to August period, the highest ever. This was largely driven by exports of ramyeon, snacks, beverages, and processed rice products, all reaching new highs. Ramyeon exports for one recorded $800 million during the period compared to 10 months last year. Moving forward, the Agriculture Ministry says it will concentrate on boosting the presence of Korean food in retailers in the southern region of the United States. That brings us to the end of tonight's AI Headline News. Thank you for watching. Good night.